See if that makes any difference. Let me see if that's made any difference. Anyway, I'll submit this if not. So anyway, form, yes, what we were talking about, the form in Tai Chi. It's a bit weird, the Tai Chi form, let's face it. In this world, we tend to think of it as a bit sacrosanct. You know, it's unchanging, it's untampered. And that's because we often embrace a preciousness about Tai Chi compared to other systems of exercise. For example, we don't see the same preciousness in swimming classes or tiddlywinks. We don't fret about aerobics when it updates itself, adapting to better times, acknowledging the shin splint and leg warmer issues of the early 1980s. Perhaps they weren't the best approach to general fitness, and so we have adapted with different techniques, better footwear, less sock length. In Tai Chi, however, we like to think we do things a little bit different. The more unchanged it is, the better. The less it has adapted to the 21st century, the more authentic the Tai Chi is. But how valid is this approach? Well, that's what we're going to look at today. And if we look at the history of the form, we might actually find something quite interesting. For the separate postures in our Tai Chi forms are fairly standard moves that you find in most Chinese martial arts. Oops, that's the wrong person. Let's just go back. And what am I doing? What am I doing? Chen Feng. Here he is. Take that one off. Take that one off. Take that one off. Take that one off. Told you it was going to be experimental. There he is, Chan Sang Feng himself. Well, he's the guy who fused everything together. That's right. He was watching a fight between a mongoose and a crane, or was it a crane and a snake? Or was it? I don't know. It was something or another. It was, anyway, it was a fight between a mongoose, a crane and a snake, or a snake and a crane, or a banana and a mongoose, I don't know anyone. But anyway, it inspired him to adapt these separate postures into a unified form that would serve as a practice drill. Okay, so I'm back. Now, I learned karate as a kid, probably learning at least 10 forms or kata as they are called, and forms were later learned in Aikido, and when I did Wing Chun, I learned forms then, and like all martial arts, these forms or drills were served for a range of different purposes, to allow us to train by ourselves, to help us commit the moves to memory and to illustrate how they could be done in different ways. Now, this is important, as in each style of Tai Chi, we've come to see this form as something more, something almost spiritual and enlightening in itself, revering the creator, never questioning the sequence. Yet history shows us that forms change all the time for two main reasons. Two main reasons. First, teachers may see imperfections in one style and bravely amend them, and despite the boos and hisses from others, go ahead. The second reason is that the teachers wait for their teacher to die, then argue amongst themselves as how best to interpret the style, then all go off in a humph and create their own versions under their own names, which is generally the tradition in martial arts. So let's look at the Yang style, for example. Let's see if we can get Mr. Yang up again. Oh, no, that's not him. Oh, that's me. No, that's not it. Let's see if we can get him up. No, 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 wrong guy, wrong guy. Oh, no, it's not working. Okay, let's go back. Couldn't get him up. Anyway, Yang Lu Chan, he who reputedly having whopped all those Chens, practicing the original Tai Chi style, after appropriating all their techniques, left and went off and formed his own style, as it was the custom of the time. Now, his grandson, Yang Chen Fu, who you just saw come up accidentally, and I don't know where he's gone now, and I can't bring him back up, He altered the style once more, stripping out the postures, altering the pace and rhythm, and stressing other applications. Now let's switch over to a video and have a look at what happened to one of his students. If I can get this right. There he is. Ha, it worked. So this is Chen Man-ching, one of the students of Yang Cheng Fu. Now this guy adapts the form again. He creates his infamous short form where he removes repetitions. For example, he removes many of the repulse monkeys, takes it down from 5 in number to just 3. Amazing. And he shifts the postures into much more upright stances. Now, we flick forward to the 70s when this guy Chen Man-ching dies, and many of his students begin to adapt and change the form from that of their teacher. Let's look at the next video. Now here's an old video of me about 10 years ago doing a form known as the Chen Man-ching variation called Dr. Chi. Now Dr. Chi was one of the students of Chen Man-ching. Bear with me, it's a bit boring this, but anyway, let's just say he's a student of the last guy. Now this guy, he introduces some of the moves back into the form that his teacher had just taken out. Not only that, he changes the repetitions, he changes the order of the postures, he removes a kick here and there, and he encourages everyone to do it even in a more upright fashion and less sunk than it was originally. Now, if we switch on to the next video, it's working. So here I am, a few years back now, doing another variation of this form by someone called William C.C. Chen. It's a bit fast, it's speeded up for a good reason, but just take a quick look at it and I'll tell you a little bit about what William C.C. Chen did. Now, he stuck more of these postures back into the form that Chen Man-ching had taken out, and he changed their order, he changed the number of repetitions, he took the repulse monkey move down from 3 to 1 in his short form, and introduces a greater sense of balance between the left and right sides. Now, all these changes and variations have happened in the space of about 80 years. A single lifespan, really. Hello, I'm back in big form. So if allegiance to one style exclusively is not sacrosanct, if posture order is not sacrosanct, if the number of repetitions is not sacrosanct, if the applications themselves are not sacrosanct, then why not let 100 flowers bloom? Finally, let's have a look at this strange chappie. Where is it? Oh, there he is. Now, this form starts with a rebellious hands in pockets stance, unusual and not found in most other forms of Tai Chi. I've been playing with this version myself for a few years now, and it's a mini form that expands and contracts according to time and need, following the philosophy of Wu Wei and Yin Yang. It can be done on one side or the other, or both together at the same time. It has between 1 and infinite numbers of variations and repetitions depending on the time available. And the order can be changed according to who's practicing it. Now, some people may say to me, who do you think you are to change the form? Well, the form you have learnt will have been changed by your teacher too. Consciously or unconsciously, they will have changed it and adapted it, amalgamated it with yoga, yoga chi, chuan, tennis, Tai Chi tennis, snakes and ladders, kaplunk, or anything else. It happens most of the time, only generally it isn't really acknowledged. Now, I'm not saying my form here, there, up there, compares to any of those classic styles. But I am saying that we shouldn't be weighed down by the legacy of past generations. Tai Chi is a language. It's a language, so like any other language, we should respect it and encourage it to evolve with accents, dialects, shorthand, and emojis over time. For encouraging this process enriches the art and helps deter stagnation and makes Tai Chi today one of the few martial arts on the planet growing in popularity. Right, well, that's it for this week. Next week, the final session. Make sure you've collected the set. And what are we going to do next week? It's a question and answer session. So send in any questions you have about Tai Chi and we'll see if I can come up with something meaningful as an answer. I doubt it, but you never know. Now, some of you have already sent in questions. So here's a taste of what we're going to be doing next week. Let me read you a couple of questions here. Here's one now. Who, in your opinion, Mr. Monk, would win in a fight between Donnie Yen and a Satsuma? I'll have to come back to that one. Here's another question. Is it imperative, Mr. Teapot, to grow a ponytail like Steven Seagal to be seen as an authentic martial artist? Well, don't want to go into detail now, but generally, authentic and Steven Seagal are two mutually contradictory terms. But we'll have a look. Maybe next week we'll come up with something interesting. Oh, here's another one. My teacher is from Margate, but insists on appropriating the symbols of Asian culture in his dress. Should I mention this or let it pass? What do you think? Leave a comment below. Here's another good one. How many minutes does it take to learn Tai Chi? Is it 2 or 3? Can't remember now. And what does my teacher get? Why does my teacher get uptight if I pronounce Tai Chi differently from her? There's a different pronunciation, is there? Well, I'll look for the answers and come back with you next week with them. So if you've got anything to add it below here in the comments. Leave them below and I'll try and answer them on the next week's show. So see you next week. And in the meantime, leave any comments, react, let me know how you're there or I won't be back. And then who will answer your questions about ponytails? Just saying. So share this video, collect the set, check out the links above for more training, special discounts with me, the Monk. See you next week and thanks for watching. Whew.